You'll know if you're focusing on the things that you can't control in your pet business if you notice one of these three signs. You find yourself getting frustrated with customers at least once a week. I remember in the early days when I was getting frustrated with my customers frequently, it was because they kept showing up unannounced. We had set a time, say noon, and before you know it, they'd be pulling in the driveway at 11:30. The dogs are outside. They're all going crazy barking. You got 10, 12 dogs barking at once. You know what it's like? It's chaos. But the reason I stayed stuck and frustrated is because I was focusing on the customer's behavior of which I could not control. So when I flipped my stinking thinking to what I could control instead, I created a perfect solution for this recurring issue. And I implemented an ETA policy that people must always send their ETA according to their GPS when they're on their way. Not only this, but I gave them the why behind it. Because if you have listened to me at all, you know that if you don't give the why, the customer will fill it in for themselves and usually miss the mark. So always give the why. My why was important for a dog owner to hear, that it's something they want to hear. This literally fixed the issue of customers not showing up on time. The second sign that tells you you might be focusing on the things you can't control instead of the things you can control in your pet business is you find yourself worrying about what other people think about you at least twice a week. And as I mentioned before, you can't control what other people think, right? So if you notice that you're doing this all of the time, think about what you're not focusing on that you could control when you're sitting there fretting over what people think about you. A third sign that tells you you could be focusing on things you can't control, which is stunting your growth, your happiness in your pet business, is getting upset, letting the whole day be ruined when an employee calls off sick. Now, I understand how devastating this can be when you don't have a system in place to handle sick days with employees. But if you shift your focus over to how can you fix this issue to better prevent the whole day from being ruined, to better prevent massive amount of stress every single time somebody calls off, then surely you'll find a solution. I know I did. And that solution is going to help make sure that it never ruins your entire day again. If you experience any of these three signs, then you're not moving your business forward as quickly as you could be.